Hi, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Okay, so today I decided to sort of pull out the Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle. So if you're interested in getting a message, this is what I'm going to do, is I'm just going to pull 2 cards, depending on your question or that, you know, what lies ahead, what do you need to know about today. Ooh. And don't forget, if you donate, you, of course, go in the draw for a free 30-minute reading. So today's card, we have Sedna. So we might be dealing with some sadness. We might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe we're feeling like maybe we're dealing with a loss at this time. And so Sedna is going to help us deal with that loss. And Baba Yaga is going to help us deal with the, to be fearlessness in that, to have that courage to move ahead through this feeling of sadness and stuff, and acknowledging us that we need to go through this process. So Baba Yaga and Sedna together, I think Sedna is going to really help us deal with that sadness, and Baba Yaga is going to give us that courage to sort of move through this journey as well. So it just gives us something to sort of think about. So let's dive in a little bit deeper. So let's have a look at Sedna, card number 28. Card number 28. Let's see what it says in the book. So I love seeing what the book has, because it's always going to give us a little bit more information, isn't it, with Sedna. Okay, this is the Inuit sea goddess Sedna, lives at the bottom of the ocean in a terrible battle caused by a wicked birdman husband. Her fingers were cut off. From each knuckle, whales, seals, fish and walruses emerged. Although Sedna can be moody, she expresses her grief in creativity and new life. Her salty tears are symbolic of clearing and cleansing like the tides. Sedna comes to teach you to release old pain stored in your physical and emotional body. Her Malamute dog companions symbolize making friends with ourselves. Sedna recognizes your sadness and loss in life. Through these seasons of loss, new creations spring forth. So keywords can be tears, grief, loss, sadness, crying, letting go, healing, emotional cleansing, mourning, sorrow. Hi, Egyptian Famous. How are you? Sorrow, releasing, shadow work, manipulative, tears, attachment, victim, cold-hearted, denial of sadness, clinging, suffering. So, and then the other card we have here with Baba Yaga is number 6. So let's have a look at Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga, a tough and wise old slave at grandmother, flies in a giant mortar and wields a pestle. She lives deep in the forest in a little hut, is Bushka, which obeys her orders. She has flown in today to encourage you to be bold and grab the bull by the horns. Fearless, Baba Yaga says, if you want to do something, just do it. There's no such thing as I can't. Baba Yaga has no patience for procrastination or excuses. She sees no obstacle too tough to overcome. Her fearless spirit is here with you now, telling you to fully commit to whatever it is you set out to do. Do your best. She expects you to give it all your keywords: determination, fearless, bold, blunt to the point, knocking down obstacles, thick-skinned, strength, doing your best, willpower, taking offense to nothing, and grandmother. Shadow: tactless, insensitive, cruel, stubborn, lazy, abrasive, no willpower, procrastination, procrastinating, dramatizing, being difficult, easily offended, half-hearted, fickle, and looking for excuses. Okay. Hi, amazing. Yep, it's a free reading. You can do a free reading if you want. Yep, free reading. 2 cards. And of course, if you want more, the donations are available too. Yep, always do free readings first. And then if donations come along, I'll do the donations as well. But I'll try and get all the free readings done. And those that know that I also do, when messages are left in the, if questions are left in the description, in the comments down below, I'll also do those later on as well. So, Amazing Fruits and Egyptian Famous. So remember, I'm using the Goddess Realm Oracle. So this is going to be a lot about you. This is going to be a lot about you in regards to things. So we're doing the Goddess Realm Oracle. It's a little bit different than a normal tarot reading. So what we're going to do is Amazing Fruits. So let's have a look. It's more about you having a reading than your question or anything like that. So I don't know what it's going to tell you in regards to your connection with David and you. Okay, so you're looking at, because I just thought about you and what's going on with you. And it talks about, oh, I just did this. Okay, so it talks about a bit of sadness. Feels like there's a lot of hurt, a lot of wounds and things going on here. And there's also a lot of willpower. So there's a lot of determination going on. So there might be about dealing with some hurts in the past. So overcoming that hurt, overcoming the wounds of the past, and feeling like you have that sense of determination and will to move through that process, move through those hurts as well. So there is a connection of something to do with a lot of hurt, a lot of wounds, and that determination, that willpower to move through that process is really important. So it does feel like there's a lot of pain and stuff going on. So let's have a look at Amphitrite. Okay, number 3. So let's have a look and see what she says here. Okay, Greek sea goddess Amphitrite is queen. Amphitrite is queen of the sea. She lived happily with her sea nymph sisters until Poseidon, overwhelmed by her allure, desired to possess her. She refused him and fled to Atlas. Eventually, one of Poseidon's servants convinced Amphitrite to marry him. She personifies the power of the sea, expressing her willpower through waves and storms. She could also be gentle ebb and flow of the tide against the sand. Amphitrite teaches you to channel your energy and direct it towards your objectives. Some projects will demand sheer will and determination. Others require a calm focus. So your keywords are channeled strength, intensity, mental focus, determination, harnessing your powerful emotions, and able to adjust in circumstances, to changes in circumstances. And your shadow work is about ocean storms, overreacting, stubbornness, volatility, making decisions before thinking through all the options. So hopefully that sort of gives you an idea about what you're sort of to move through this process, what it's going to take. Okay, so it does feel like there is that sense of being able to move through the pain, move through the storm, and come through on the other side only through determination and through strength. So I hope that helps you move forward. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I know things are a bit slow. Ooh, Baba Yaga comes out again with fearlessness. So if you do a donation-based reading, we'll do the Dark Goddess Oracle, which I want to pull out. And want to include also the Goddess Power, but can also include, to get a bit more of a masculine sort of energy through this, Gods and Titans. Wow, so I just want to pull those to one side. Okay, so hi Melancholy. How are you? Okay, so we're doing Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle cards. This is the book. Oops, here's the book. This is what I'm doing at the moment. And of course, if you want to donate, the last chance for the free 30-minute, to go in the draw for the free 30-minute readings. So let's do this here. I haven't even done any of the so don't forget, it's last chance. And to write a review. Hi, Tammy. Oh, that's good, Melancholy. That's good. So don't forget your questions. So we've got Egyptian Famous, Melancholy, and Tammy. Now, I know Egyptian Famous can jump in and out in regards to working. So I've done Amazing Fruits. So let's do okay, so free readings, of course. Just trying to work out which ones I want to write. Okay, so what's your question? Just a general today. Okay, Melancholy, let's see. What does Melancholy need to know today? What does Melancholy need to know today? Okay, we have Amara Omni, which is all about self-healing. Okay, so it's very much about taking care of yourself, self-love, self-care. You've got Spider Woman with thinking, and I think it's a lot when you look at these two cards together with the self-healing and the thinking. It's very much about thinking about yourself. You're thinking about your own healing at the moment. Okay, Melancholy. Oops, let's do that. Just it should be doing that. So it just makes it a bit easier for when I'm doing your chapters at the end of the live, because I put all the readings in chapters, so it makes it easy to find your reading. So a lot of it is about thinking about yourself. It's all about the self-healing. Thinking before you act is really, really important as well. So it does feel like there's a lot of self-healing. So let's have a look at Amara Omni. Let's see what she says. So this is card number 1. Okay, card number 1. So we're looking at self-healing. So we've got an ancient water goddess, Amara Omni, comes from the lost land of Lemuria, a magnificent pre-Atlantean civilization. It's believed that the two civilizations coexisted harmoniously for eons until a destructive third party intervened. Amara Omni, a spiritually involved and peace-loving goddess, stores sacred healing information in crystals and works with the magic of geometry and frequency vibrations. The Merkaba symbol shown in the card corners represents healing crystalline energy fields. Energy conscious Amara Omni subtly reveals that you need to become aware of your subconscious currents and openly accept your wounds in your inner waters in order to heal the reactive patterns. Allow the soft divine frequency of universal magic to heal you. Your keywords are crystal, indigo, and rainbow children, receptivity, vibrational frequencies, harmonics, crystals, dreams, altered states of consciousness, third eye opening, that's the pineal gland, DNA activation, sensitivity to energy fields, inner goddess awakening, inner healing, imaginative, and fluid and water. Your shadow work is unreceptive, blocked, and closed energy fields, spiritually disconnected, unimaginative, trapped in conventional third dimensional awareness and rigidity. So there's a lot of self-healing. Okay, so hopefully that sort of take care of you there. Okay, Tammy, what's your question? So we do have the thinking card as well, and that's by Spider Woman. So let's just have a look and see what Spider Woman is all about. So Spider Woman, Native American goddess Spider Woman, Teotihuacan is the great thought woman. She created the universe by spinning two threads, east to west and north to south. She destroyed and rewove her web numerous times, saving only the enlightened and wise. Spider Woman is master of thoughts manifesting into matter. She wove the dream catcher to catch only good thoughts and steer night terrors away. Spider Woman is here to give you counsel to reconnect to your reality. You have many paths in your life. Focus on what you do want and let go of focus on what you do not want. As you are cosmically manifesting with your thoughts, consciously or unconsciously, you're part of this expanding universe. So it's about positive thinking, manifesting, co-creating, philosophizing, networking, power of attention, focus, questioning, possibilities, probabilities, conceptualizing, and connectedness. Your shadow work is closed-minded, limited perception, short attention span, linear thinking, feeling disconnected, ignorance, isolation, and negativity. No, Miss Tarot D, we've just started. And I'm using the Journey to the Goddess Realm for the readings. So you're talking about your career. So what's going to help you with your career? Where are you going? What's going to help you with your career? We're thinking about career. Which goddesses? Which goddesses are going to assist in your journey? So let's have a look. So we have revelation and confirmation. So it does feel like there's a sense of confirmation. It's confirming your path lies ahead. And we're getting a very balanced energy here. I'm getting the feathers about looking at the truth of the situation. So looking at the facts is going to be really important here. Being able to sort of see beyond of where you are right now. Okay, I'm getting a lot of sort of yin and yang type revelation type energy. So it's sort of saying about things sort of confirming where you're going when you get a sense of enlightenment about where you actually want to go. What are your skills and your abilities when it comes to your career? Okay, it's very much about your skills and your abilities and where you want to be. It's interesting. So you get Spider Woman as well. So you're getting that sense of thinking about the path that you actually want. It's about manifesting, about creating what you actually want in your career. What's important to you, what's of value to you, and that tells you that you're on the right path. But I'm getting a lot about the sense of understanding your abilities, so Tammy, really about your career. It's really about where do you want to be, what do you see for yourself. It's really about thinking about how you can manifest where you want to be. Okay, so that's really important here. So you got to think about what are your skills and what are your abilities? What can you manifest or create in your career? So it really comes down to your own thoughts, your own possibility of what you truly want, because it feels like there's going to be a lot of understanding in that, revelation in your own skills, your own abilities, and where you want to go. And then that's going to confirm for yourself which path you're going to take. Okay, Tammy, does feel like this is quite important here. So card number 3. It's interesting. Okay, so we get the sense of the Zen-like revelation card as a sacred talisman of non-duality, as positive and negative are two sides of the whole yin and yang. The card contains both positive and negative energy while simultaneously neutralizing both. It's a consciousness raising card, which requires a sense of mindfulness. The floating 4 feathers released are emblematic of natural support of the spirit realm, covering the 4 corners of the universe. It's always a personal experience and requires you to have a meditative contemplation. So it's really about you thinking deeply in a meditative state. So I think it really comes from your own experiences. It's really asking you to become more mindful in your a more consciousness decisions that you make. Comes from your being contemplative. Yeah. So it's really asking you to manifest what you want in your life, being able to make sure that your CVs are up to date with your skills and your abilities, that you're applying where you want to go. It really comes down to your own personal choice. No one can really tell you what you truly want, only yourself. So it's always there, it's always possible, but it's all about your thoughts, your actions that you take yourself in regards to your career. Okay, Miss Tarot D, did you have a question? Miss Tarot D? Hi, Radhemi. Okay, the questions that are a bit different with the goddess journey to the goddess realm. Okay, they're not like a normal tarot reading. If you want a little bit more information, you can get a tarot and oracle reading with the thing. Oh, so here we have a donation coming up. Okay, so I will do that next. Wow, thank you very much. So these are cards that you're going to have to do a lot of meditation on, a lot of reflecting. So at the end of the readings, I will do a chapter for your reading. So you can click back to it and listen to the message again. Okay. So Radhemi, so you're looking at why is Nicole avoiding you sort of currently? What do you need to know? Okay, what you need to know at the moment is about acting with discernment. You need to act with discernment in the situation. Okay, feels like you need to sort of let things go a little bit, start doing things for yourself. That seems really important here, to do things for yourself, not be too focused. Okay, and here you've got a sense of dealing with any anger. Okay, I do feel like there's a lot of boiling sort of an anger dealing within the situation here. So you might be dealing with some emotions. Okay, some passions that's sort of maybe getting a little bit frustrated. Maybe things are not quite the way you want them to be. So it's very important that you deal with this emotion by acting with a little bit of discernment. Don't get too wound up in what his intentions are, why he's avoiding you. I think it's very important for you to get on with your own life. Start looking at your experience as being able to bloom in your own journey, being able to sort of grow, move through into new cycles, deal with any emotion that's going on right at this time. Okay, so Radhemi, I think this is a very important for you to just disconnect from what's actually going on and just focus on yourself. Otherwise, you're going to make yourself a little bit angry with what's going on. I do feel like it's going to sort of upset you in some way. So you've got to find a way to deal with those emotions. I think you have to find a way to sort of disconnect, act with a little bit of discernment in this situation. Okay, so that's going to be really important for you, Radhemi. Okay, so there you are. I think that's really important for you, to act with discernment. We have Bludeved, which is number 8. So I just want to read this quickly for you, and then I'm going to do the donations. So here we have Welsh maiden, goddess. Bludeved's name means flowers, blossoms, flower face, beautiful and youthful. Bludeved was made from flowers and herbs to be the wife of King Lulor. Gifts. While her husband was away on business, she met Hunter Groenpede. The two lovers plotted to kill her husband but failed. Bludeved was turned into an owl and belongs purely to the night. Bludeved quietly makes herself known to you when you are being initiated into a higher level of self-awareness. She cautions you to be discerning with your inner knowingness and higher senses. Trust your hunches and intuition when dealing with people. If you deceive yourself, the world will mirror deception back to you. So your keywords are discernment, passage from youth to adulthood, milestones, clever, astute, hunches and intuition, strategy, sagacious, tactics, knowing, youth, night, and inkling. Your shadow work is self-deception, being deceived by others, immature deceiving others, self-betrayal or betrayal from others, lies, hidden agendas, sneaky, theft, half-truths, devious, tantrums, and erratic behavior. So this is really sort of gives you an idea of where you sort of really need to be. Okay, so just think for a minute how you can sort of disconnect from what's actually going on in regards to Nicole, and how you can really sort of take care of yourself, nurture yourself, instead of getting angry and getting all wound up in what's going on. So keyword 21, so let's look at some of the keywords here. For Makua, which is a Maori fire goddess living on a flaming mountain, she was convinced by a trickster Maui to light her magical fire. One by one, every nail of her hands and feet. He played on her wrath by continually extinguishing each little flame and asking for more. She exploded in anger and caused an enormous fire on earth. When it burnt out, magical sparks were saved inside the trees. The kindling sparks of wood friction are her symbol. The green Hitiki figure symbolizes the first Maori goddesses and gods from the stars. This is from Aotearoa, New Zealand, by the way, for those that don't know. So it cautions you to monitor your anger if you feel people are rubbing you the wrong way. Powerful fire will burn out of control quickly and destroy whatever is in its path. Anger is your sacred fuel and adrenaline that must be used judiciously. Be wise and use your anger as motivation to spark your path. So monitored anger, motivation, vitality, vigor, prowess, adrenaline, excitement, fighting spirit, fire in your belly, inner drive, and conflict resolution. Your shadow work is uncontrollable rage, violence, all forms of abuse, bullying, mean, lethargy, depressed, passive-aggressive, suppressed anger, bitterness, hatred, resentment, and destruction. So there's some things for you to think about in regards to this situation, about why he's avoiding you. So this is something you might need to deal with for yourself. You might need to look at, take care of you. Okay, so let's have a look at Miss D. Thank you very much for the donation. That's muchly appreciated. Okay, now don't forget, all your readings will be put into chapters after the stream, and you can come back and listen to the message there. So your question is, let me just have a little bit of a look-see here. Okay, so okay, so okay, so you're talking about your funding. Let's see what the goddesses have to say in regards to that. And we're going to start with the dark goddess, of course. Oh, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Appreciate that. Right, let's do this. So let's have a look. It's always appreciated. Okay, so let's have a look. The cards that we've got here is a sense of perseverance. Keep going. You got 9 of fire, 9 of wands. So it's telling you that there might be some challenges. Okay, there might be challenges to the program, but it's important that you sort of keep going. You persevere. Oh, there might be some real challenges to this sense. Oh, but there will be some changes and some transformations. So we've got the sense of keep going, persevere, don't give up. There will be some challenges to the situation. With there might be something that's keeping you chained to the situation, something that's sort of holding the whole thing back, but there will be some changes. With perseverance, I do feel like there's going to be some changes. There will be some transformations. As you move into the unknown. Okay, I do feel like that has got the difficulty is going to be short-lived. You are going to be able to move forward on it. I do feel as though everything is sort of will come into play, but it's just going to take a little bit of challenge, a little bit of perseverance. Don't give up. And I do feel like you'll be moving into the unknown. Okay, so I do feel like things are going to be moving into new possibilities. So let's have a look at the goddess cards in this situation. Moon card does tell me that you're going to move ahead. Okay, it's interesting because Spider Woman seems to be stalking us all a little bit today in regards to thinking. So there might be some things that you might need to think about. Some what I want to say is dot the I's, cross the T's is what I'm getting there. There might be some things that you might need to think about in regards to the funding and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Okay. And making a sense, I sort of get a sense of a sacred place with the hearth there, the home. It's a sense of creating a sacred place. So I do feel like that is that whole sense of crossing the I's, crossing the T, dotting the I's and crossing the T. So thinking about things, I do feel like there's a sense of security in it. With the home card, I'm getting a sense of security. It's a place of gathering. It's a place of gathering with Vesta here. I'm getting a place where people gather, where people congregate. So is that to do with the program in regards to the funding for the children? Very sacred. Okay, so that made sense. So yes, it does feel like it's going to come into fruition. But there's a lot of making sure that you dot the I's and cross the T's with everything, making sure everything is done to the T. I do feel like it's very unknown path, of course. So I think that's what could be holding it back in some places. So just making sure with perseverance, keep going. There will be some challenges to the whole process, but I do feel like you'll be moving into the unknown. Oh, you lost 200K. Oh my God. That's why I'm getting a lot about perseverance and keep going. Don't give up. I do feel like there's a lot of dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And oh, what a shame that you lost the donations. Oh my God. It just says there is that possibility of, does feel like with a lot of perseverance, making sure you dot the I's, cross the T's. I do feel like there's that keep going, don't give up. And I do feel like it's going to happen because it's something that's very important, Miss Tarot D. I do feel like it's something that's very important, very sacred. Okay. So I do feel as though it's definitely there. With getting Vesta and the home card, I do feel like, yes, you will. But it's going to take a lot of work. Yes, yes. I know. It's very, very difficult. It's something that's very difficult and very, that needs to be done. It needs to be taken care of. So, yeah. Miss Tarot D, I wish we could have do you have a link to do that? Let me see. Let me do this. Let me do this because I really want to do this. This is something I feel going to add you. Let me do this. Let me do this because I really want to do. There we go. Been thinking about this. So have you got a link that we can connect to, that we can donate to, that people can donate? I'd like to share. I can share that. Oh, ouch, my shoulder just clicked. So hopefully that gives you that a little bit of things that you might need to do to get where you need to be, and sort of hope that helps connecting. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. No problem at all. Okay, so if you've got a link or something that people can donate to, that would be great. I will add it. Like to I can add it to my blog. Okay, so if people want to donate, savehorizon.org, right? Thank you for that. I'm going to add that to my blog as well. I'm going to add that to my blog. I will do that. That's cool. Okay, so we've got Sweet Elevation. Sweet Elevation, if we just have a question. And Dana can add a question. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. No worries, Miss Tarot D. More than happy. I'll add that to my blog later on. So Sweet Elevation. Here we go. Will I be successful at work tomorrow? So what do the goddesses have to say about, you have an assignment that you need to complete? Okay, so it's all about that assignment. So you need to complete that assignment. So will you be successful with it? See what the goddesses have to say about it. Okay, so we've got Athena with initiative. So you've got to make sure that you've used your initiative, that you've done all the work that you need to do. You've used your thoughts. You've thought about things carefully about what you need to do. Okay. It's interesting. And don't get frustrated. Don't get angry. Use that energy to process and do what you need to do. Okay. Don't let yourself get frustrated. Okay. So it's really important that you use your, I want to say initiative, that you use your thoughts and ideas about doing what you need to do. So do what you have to do without being asked. So very important here. So let's see what Athena has to actually say for you. 5, number 5. Athena, beautiful Greek warrior goddess. Athena is the supreme goddess for initiative. She works alongside many gods, finding clever ways to maintain justice. Athena chose not to have a male consort and was a fearless leader in many battles. She is slow to anger and will not back down if negotiation fails. She invented sport for people to express their competitiveness, prowess, and athleticism. Athena comes forth to reinforce the importance of having the courage and the integrity to stand up and defend what you truly believe is right and just. She cautions you to avoid petty squabbles, but instead determine which battles are worth fighting. The snake, cunning and wisdom, owl, wisdom and knowledge, and spider, universal weaver, are often associated with Athena. So initiative, integrity. Having integrity is really important as you move through this process to be successful. So there is a possibility of you being successful, but it all boils down to how you react to maybe to the situation, making sure that you've got balance. Okay, your keywords: initiative, integrative, innovative, justice, law, clever, bravery, assertiveness, action, sports, athleticism, healthy, competition, ingenuity, balance, pioneer, and sovereignty. Your shadow work can include arguing, bickering, viewing everything as a competition, cowardly, sore loser. So not getting frustrated if things don't quite go the way that you want them to. Okay, pointless blaming, scapegoat, unfairness. So always trying to prove yourself, lacking good sense, seeking in self-glory. So there is that sense of things maybe not going quite as you expect them to. So it's important that you have that sense of integrity, doing things what you need to do so that you can move forward with action, that you've got the action to do what you need to do. Don't let yourself get frustrated or angry in the situation. Use that maybe things not going quite the way you want them to be able to achieve the results you want. Okay, so just take a moment to breathe and just allow yourself to move forward. So will you be successful? It all depends on your reaction. Okay, it all depends on how you react to what's going on around you, to what you're given in your assignment, and so there's a lot of things coming into play here for you to be successful. You can be successful, but it depends on how you react and how you complete, how you have that sense of integrity. And it all comes down to your own actions. Okay, Dana. So you want to know what lies ahead in regards to love. So what is the connection? What's going on? Whoa, okay. So firstly, we've got Sikhet, which is about boundaries. Okay, it's going to be really important in this relationship, in this connection, that you've got boundaries. Okay, that you have the sense of what you're expecting. I think it's a lot about communication, Dana. So it's going to be very important to have the boundaries, to actually have a sense of not feeling like you're lost in the situation. There's going to be a lot of changes going on in this relationship. So boundaries are going to be very, very important here. Okay, Dana. So where are you going in love? What's the connection? You don't know where it's actually heading. I think boundaries are going to be so important for you as you move through the changes of a relationship. You adapt to what's going on in the relationship. Boundaries are going to be very, very important here. So let's have a look and see what Sethek has to say. Sethek, boundaries 27. So let's have a look and see what she says. 27. Whoops, we passed it. Okay, Scottish warrior goddess, whose name means she who strikes fear. And an expert in the arts of combat, she resides at the Fort of Shadows on the Isle of Skye. She trained many heroes and warriors with her outstanding abilities in sword fighting and weaponry. She preferred not to have a consort, though she would honorably grant the friendship of her thighs if it suited her. Scathat shows you that your boundaries reinforce your identity. Your boundaries protect you from harm and from draining your energy. Without the use of weapons, we use the tools of communication or words, an anagram sword, to establish boundaries. Without strong, clear, and healthy boundaries, you cannot fully shine in your energy. So the key words are clear personal boundaries, ability to say no, self-preservation, self-empowerment, identity, personal space, respect for others' boundaries, assertiveness, having a voice, martial arts, and self-defense. Your shadow work is being unprepared to say no, too many personal walls, being a target for psychic attack, being a yes person, violating the boundaries of others, and not having a voice enmeshed with others. Okay, so that's really important. So let's have a look at, see what Oya has to say with change with 23. Okay, an African shape-shifting goddess, Oya of the Niger River, is the Lady of Storms. Her name means she tore. She creates hurricanes and tornadoes through her whirling dress of fine cloth as she shakes and dances. She furiously moves in spirals, cracking her horsehair whip to summon winds, storms, and lightning. Her magic sweeps away the old in preparation for the new. Being a shapeshifter, she transforms into a water butterfly at will. Her vibrant presence alerts you to shake things up and move. Change is being called forth as your ways have become stagnant. Oya insists that change does not occur until you become the change. So your keywords are change, movement, action, moving house, cleaning out clutter, shifting perceptions, career change, exercise, vitality, natural release of endorphins, doing something new, simulation, thunder, lightning, and storms. Your shadow work is being stagnation, repeating outdated patterns, monotony in a rut, unfulfilled life, boredom, fear to move on, getting nowhere, and stuck in a meaningless routine. So I do feel it's very important here. It just struck me quite strong that with the boundaries, making sure that you're not repeating old habits in regards to relationships, okay? Making sure you're not repeating the old habits. That's going to be really important for you, okay? As you move into this relationship. So let's have a look. Who have we got here? Hi, Dazzled of Empress. Hi, Kazmo. Right. So where are we? Dazzled of Empress. I just need a question from you. Yes, you're added. No worries. Just need a question put in. And Kazmo, you've got your question there. Cool. You're welcome, Dana. You're welcome. Now, don't forget, anyone who donates today, it's the last chance to go in last chance to go in the draw for a free 30-minute reading. Okay. I've already started to write up those that are in the draw, those that have donated. Okay. Anyone who's donated goes in the draw for a free 30-minute reading. The other way you can go in the draw for a free 30-minute reading, there'll be 2 people winning, is by writing a review on my blog. The link is down below. So, yeah. So, Kazmo, yes, I saw your question. Thank you very much. Muchly appreciated. I saw that. Dazzled of Empress, your question is, what is MJ's significance in your life? So what is the connection? What's going on for you? What's the significance? What do you learn? What are you learning about with your connection with MJ? Okay, so let's have a look here. What does the goddess have to say? Okay, so you got white buffalo woman with a sense of unity. So it gives you a sense of wholeness, gives you that sense of connection, which is interesting here. And tells you about being patient, having that endurance to be able to have the stamina to move through the relationship. So it does feel like it's a sense of connection there, opening yourself up to new possibilities, opening your heart to new possibilities. That's the significance in your life, being able to open up to new possibilities, feeling a sense of wholeness within yourself, allowing you to feel as though you have that sense of endurance, the stamina to move through any challenges or any conflicts or anything that's going on in your life, being able to commit to the sense of wholeness within your journey. So let's have a look and see what White Buffalo Woman has to say. Card number 35. So let's have a look here. Okay, supernatural white buffalo woman visited the Lakota people and taught them to live in harmony. She came from the stars and gave people the holy Chanupa peace pipe. She taught them about Mother Earth, the origins of humanity, and the 7 sacred rituals. She explained the changes that will come to unite all the tribes of the earth. The rare white buffalo, her earthly manifestation, holds great symbolic significance. White Buffalo Woman returns to you now to remind you that we are all of one family. Put aside your ego and differences and remember what unites us. Division is weak, unity is powerful. So your keywords are unity, peace, harm no one, caring, diversity, freedom, teamwork, healthy group dynamics, cooperation, peaceful accord, sharing, growth, solution orientated, and accountability. So your shadow work is disunity, war, harming others, totalitarianism, division, problem focused, peer pressure, enemies, corruption, shifting, blame, and enslavement. And then we have Skadi. So she talks about Skadi, Nordic hunter goddess Skadi, whose name means shade, is associated with endurance, hunting, skiing, winter, and the snowy mountains. After the death of her giant father, Tiazi, Skadi was married in a miserable union to cruel trickster sea god Loki. Skadi divorced him and returned to the remote, high, snowy peaks where she longed to be with her beloved wolves. She taught men to hunt with bow and arrow. Skadi informs you to stay focused and endure. You are blessed with a sacred reserve of hidden energy within you. Pace yourself. Skadi offers you the gift of resilience. So your keywords are endurance, willpower, stamina, resilience, determination, perseverance, pacing yourself, steadfast, effort, resourcefulness, winter, snowy mountains, and winter sports. Shadow work is exerting yourself erratically, giving up too easily, defeatism, not pushing yourself, setting unachievable goals, overexertion, inconsistent, and procrastination. So there's some things to really think about in regards to what's really important in your life. What's the significance of having this person come into your life at this time? So there you are. So Kazmo, let's have a look at your reading here. So when will Ahmed unblock me on Facebook? Okay, so what you need to know is, why is this so important? Why is this so important? What can you do to improve your life? What can you do to deal with this situation? So why do you want Ahmed to unblock you? Because there's no contact. Why? What's so important? Okay, so why do you want this person to unblock you? So let's have a look and see what this connection is here. What do the goddesses have to say? Firstly here, Baba Yaga tells us it's time to sort of let go, move forward, have a sense of fearlessness. Okay, it's time to have the courage to move, to let it go, to release it, to move forward on your own journey here. You got Venus, to create your own romance. I feel like someone new is waiting for you. Okay, so I do feel like there's a sense, Baba Yaga is so important. I do feel like there's someone else who's waiting to give you some romance, and it won't be Ahmed. Okay, so I do feel like there's someone new waiting for you, so I don't feel like he's going to unblock you at all. I just feel like it's time for you to sort of get on with your life. Okay, so let's have a look at Baba Yaga. Now, I know I've read this already today, but I'm going to read this again, because I feel like this is really important. So, fearlessness. Baba Yaga, a tough and wise old Slavic grandmother, flies in a giant mortar and welds a pestle. She lives deep in the forest in her little hut, Ishbushka, which obeys her orders. She has flown in today to encourage you to be bold and grab the bull by the horns. Fearless Baba Yaga says, if you want to do something, just do it. There's no such thing as I can't. Baba Yaga has no patience for procrastination or excuses. She sees no obstacle too tough to overcome. Her fearless spirit is here with you now, telling you to fully commit whatever it is you want to do. Do your best. She expects you to give it all you. Now it's time for being determined, fearless, bold, blunt, to the point, knocking down any obstacles standing in your way, thick skin, strength, doing your best, willpower, taking offense to nothing, and just grandmother. So now your sense of shadow work is tactless, insensitive, cruel, stubborn, lazy, abrasive, no willpower, procrastinating, dramatizing, being difficult, easily offended, half-hearted, fickle, and looking for excuses. So she's really sort of saying to you, it's time for you just to sort of get on with your life. Time for you to move forward, Kazmo. Okay? He's blocked you. So it's time for you just to get on with it. Time for you to move any obstacles that you have to letting go, to moving forward. And I do feel like it's a sense of creating your own romance in your life. 33. Okay? So here you've got, let's have a look, with Venus. Beautiful Roman goddess of love, Venus possesses alluring magic that brings forth passion and romance. Venus is often depicted on a shell rising up from the sea foam. Her son Cupid frequently accompanies her. Rose petals of the dove represent her intoxicating presence between lovers. She has sprinkled her magic her way and sings to you, lovers in the air. Okay, now it's time for new romance. Eros, love, dating, courting, sexual chemistry, lovers, flirting, desire, nostalgia, dreamy, alluring, being in love, imagination, and lovers. Okay, your shadow work is obsessive infatuation, broken-hearted, unrequited love, and delusion. Okay, so it's really time for you to move on. Time for you to forget about Ahmed and move on to your own journey. There's somebody else waiting for you. Okay? So, yeah. It's going to be quite strong, quite maybe not what you wanted to hear, but this is what you need to hear. This is really important for you to start to move on, let go, move into your own journey, forget about Ahmed. Time for you to start taking care of you. Okay, let's have a look. It's me. Let's have a look. Oh, no worries, Miss D, no worries. Oh yeah, I will, Miss Tarot D. I'll have a look. Brilliant. Okay, it's me, Anju. Current feelings about you. I'm not using in what? In Rider Tarot. I'm not using Rider Waite. I'm not using Rider Waite Tarot. I'm using the Goddess Realm Oracles. I don't have Rider. I'm not using a Rider Waite Tarot. And you're not going to get what you need, what you want. You're going to get what you need in a reading. Okay, so you're talking about feelings towards you, what's going on. Okay, so let's have a look. What does It's Me, Andrew, need to know about High's current feelings towards her? Towards them. Sorry. Well, I can't. I can only do what the cards give me. Okay, it's me, Andrew. I can only give you the answer to what the cards give you. You're not going to get always what you want in a reading. Okay, it's what you need. It's only what the cards give me to the message you're going to get. Okay? You're only going to get what the cards mean. I can't make up rubbish. I can't make it up to satisfy you. I have to read the cards. Okay, so I can only talk about the cards. So we've got a sense about identity with Mary Magdalene. So we're getting about identity. Okay, so It's a connection with your identity and a sense of being in nature. So here I get a sense about you needing to so this is about identity. This is about who you are as an individual. Okay, so there could be like this sense of, you know, you're talking about his feelings about you. So he's identifying who you are. He likes who you are as a person, or he acknowledges who you are as a person here. Okay, could be a lot about spending time outside, connecting with nature, a sense of being in balance, being in realignment with your chakra. I'm getting a lot about chakra work here, being in alignment here. So it's about who you are. Okay, so let's have a look and see what Mary Magdalene says about your identity. 22. So let's have a look here. Much of the story of Mary Magdalene has been shrouded in secrecy. She is part of the Essenes who lived in a modest and ecological communities. According to the Dead Sea Scrolls, their lifestyle was based on illumination of inner self and knowledge of the hidden mysteries. The gospel, according to Mary Magdalene in the Gnostic text, state there is no sin. It is you who goes against the natural law of truth and creates the illusion of sin. Those who have mind to understand, let them understand. You are the only one who can lead you astray. Mary Magdalene is often depicted with an alabaster vessel containing natural oils. She asks you to mentally strip all the external factors of your life and ponder, who am I and what are my values? So your key words are identity, self-actualized, illuminated epiphany, enlightened awakening, accession of consciousness, shedding masks, transparency, truth, remembering being present now, embodiment, higher mind, summer essential oils and gifts. Now, don't forget, when somebody is feeling about you, it's only their perception of you. It may not be the truth. It may be their perception of you. Their perception of you is not always factual. Okay? Someone's perception of you is not always who your true identity is. So is it really important how this person truly feels about you? It's about you knowing yourself. Okay? It's about you knowing yourself. So your shadow work is about illusions, self-deception, egotism, allowing others to define your identity, lacking self-awareness, external-based identity, lower mind, identifying your thoughts, and loss of spirituality. Okay, so remember, what someone thinks about you is only their perception. Okay, so let's have a look at Gaia, number 12. Ancient Greek goddess Gaia is our beautiful sentient Mother Earth. Plants, animals, and human beings are connected to her, and she is our home. She lives and recycles naturally according to the universal law. Humans are the blessed custodians of her well-being. She is the mother of all. She gave birth to the ancient Titans, the giants and Cyclops, one-eyed giants. Gaia is often symbolized by the womb and spirals. The Sanskrit Om symbol, representative of the mother of all sounds and that which sustains all, is often associated in contemporary culture with Gaia. She speaks to you through nature. So the key words are nature, natural ecosystem, conservation, and sustaining ecological balance, recycling, permaculture, caring for nature, gardening, organic agricultural part, and connecting to the natural world. Okay, your shadow work is being out of touch, obsessed with development and progress, industrialization, urbanization, extinction of life, destruction of ecosystem toxins and chemicals, waste of natural resources, too busy to notice, pesticides, and mindless consumptions. Okay, so it's really important for you maybe to spend some time being still, being quiet, and allowing yourself to become whole within yourself. Really being mindful of your environment and who you are and what you do for you. Remembering this perception about how he feels about you, how someone feels about you, is only their perception. It's not always the truth. Okay? So they're not. So what the goddesses are saying to you: do you know who you truly are, or do you depend on other people to identify yourself? So yeah. So yeah, that's your reading there. Okay, so like I said, it's not always what you want with a reading. It is what you need to move forward, to be empowered, to be in control of the path that you go on. You know, your choices, your visions, where you need to be. Okay, so that feels like that's it for me. Okay, so that's the end of the readings. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, as we're ending, I'm going to do a pick a pile. Oops. Okay, pick a pile, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. 2, 3. Okay, the last deck here, Gods and Titans. Let's do this pile here. Okay, so let's have a look. One. So let's have a look and see what we've got here for the piles here. So pile number 1, we begin with 6 of Earth. So we're talking about a sense of unconditional giving. Feels like we have the sense of trying to find a sense of harmony within our well-being, our finances, our health, etc. We're trying to find a sense of well-being. We're trying to have the sense of giving, maybe the sense of giving and receiving, having that sense of harmony at all times, finding a sense of serenity in our journey, finding a sense of serenity. And we can have that sense of being independence. We and that can sometimes be a little bit difficult in receiving. You know, we might be so busy giving to other people that we forget to receive as well. And that's about creating the abundance. So giving unconditionally, receiving unconditionally gives us that sense of abundance and fruition. And that's about, sometimes we find that a little bit difficult in our life. And that's part of the journey there. Okay, so next on the path we have liberation. So the sense of liberating, having a sense of freedom, being able to do what we want when we want, and that might come with a little bit of negotiation in our life. So doing something, we might need to negotiate within ourselves as well, not always with other people. And this might be connected to the past. Okay, to the past and what's happened to us in the past. And this might be something that could be quite difficult for us to be able to negotiate the freedom that we actually want to be able to move forward from the past, to listen to the guidance within ourselves, maybe listening to our own intuition, maybe listening to our knowledge that we have within ourselves. But it could be hard for us to listen to other people as well in the journey. Here we have a sense of truth. I feel like we're looking for the truth of the situation, looking for the truth to find the sense of abundance that we want in our life. We want to create abundance, but we need to be able to create the changes that we want, the transformations, and that could come with a little bit of sacrifice, sacrificing things that are going on in our life. There might be some things that we need to let go of so that we can move forward with abundance on our life, being able to seek the truth, look at the facts of what's actually going on for us as we move through those changes, those transformations and things like that. So that's it from me. So let's grab this. Okay. So that's it.